Hello. All right, it actually got like brighter. Woo. All right, so
Bureau of Investigation. This call may be recorded. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you are a member of law enforcement and need immediate assistance, press 1. To provide a tip or report suspicious activity, press 2. To report internet fraud, identity theft, and other scams, contact the FBI Internet Crimes Complaint Center at www.ic3.gov. FBI employment information is also online.
Why would it ever be called
FBI.gov.
IC3?
City outreach, press 3. If you know your party's extension, press 4. For all other calls, press 1 for further assistance. If you would like to hear these options again,
It's November 11th. Got this pen, but I want one that works better. Oh, there's my tray. I got a tray of pens. I'm calling the FBI and the phone is ringing. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. There's not yet any answer. It's interesting. They really need to put, have you ever looked at this? This is the beginning of my new weekly planner for 2020. These things really need to begin 2 months into every year. Like Jesus, the 14 is the age of Mary or something. It needs to start 2 months before Thanksgiving and Christmas. Give us Thanksgiving and Christmas. A lot of y'all try and give us October and other months or start in the middle of the year. I don't need that. I just need Thanksgiving and December to be in here. Because really all those holidays, seeing family is the beginning of a new book all the time. A person's life book always begins with family. So like it'd be nice if y'all didn't jump to the last day of the year, December 30th. And it was a dating app. It's like, hey, you've got a call. And I pay these dating services, Hinge, Catholic Singles, which keeps locking me out. It's like, look, you read more than one Bible, and actually, it's my race. I identify as Arab, and Catholic Singles are like, no, you don't understand. You're not allowed to be or identify as something not albino chicken because White Shrine and York Rite is Catholic. It's a free accepted Mason thing. Anyways, it'd take a while to explain and some other time. Right now, I'm calling the FBI about genetics and the fact that all the stuff that's on the TV and the internet and Gravity. I just saw Gravity this week. There's a purge of everybody who isn't over 33 BMI going on, and it's like DARPA God, the military that's behind it, does these things. Hopefully, this is all dated. Let's see. Can you see that it's 4 It's 4:40 now on my phone. This is a Pixel 3, and the FBI is not answering. It's like they're aware of what I'm up to, so that they can avoid any contact or record, and they can just get me to tell you about what they're up to. IC3 is like KKK. One core 3 actually is 1 Corinthians 3. The goal is to kill all the Apollos, so that the pallbearers, the people who carry the graves, and the laborer can get rid of everyone who's talented and intelligent, and even the FBI is somehow in on it. It doesn't make any sense. It's magic powers that move people around, but honestly, if I was an administrator, I would program the phone to pick up after a certain number of calls and have a digital assistant. If the call queue exceeds such and such minutes, like let's say hallways, let's say 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes is how much time is between classes when you're in Finland. In the United States, it's 12 minutes at 48 after. Some places only allow you 5 minutes between classes, but we're going to say 15 minutes between classes. So if they can't educate and train enough people to answer the phone within 15 minutes, at 15 minutes, it hands the customer over to a digital AI from Adobe or whatever with a natural voice kind of interface. And it can just have like some sort of, this is an AI you're interacting with, repeat all the time, like during the message, which is funny and surreal. But honestly, there's nothing to fear about any of that. The fear is always individuals and not technology itself, because you also want to achieve as low power consumption as possible. So, in the beginning it might be high power, but like the Tesla cars, the self-driving, going from 100% like CPU usage down to 5% CPU usage in order to drive a car, because they've developed algorithms that can recognize patterns, and they've gone from the learning phase to the doing phase, and the learning is like 20 times more stressful and active than the process of doing something once it's learned and kind of wired into the brain. They talk about brain muscles. The veins and stuff actually get stronger and thicker. Like Lance Armstrong's heart beats like 28 to 35, maybe 40 times a minute. His heartbeat is like less than 40 beats per minute because of how good a shape he's in from cardio and pumping it all. And hopefully he lives like beyond 120. Anyways, that's the FBI, and I don't know if you can see that. Jacksonville FBI. It says Jacksonville FBI, but let's show you the phone number. How do I get the phone number to show? Like 54 minutes ago, I called them. There was no call then. It's Wednesday. Memorial Day or Veterans Day or whatever was a couple of days ago on Monday. It's Tuesday. I got ahead of you. I'm a day ahead of you. But by the way, Monday was the holiday. It's now Tuesday. Wow. Anyways, that's Gene by Gene. Trying to get this to focus with George Bennett. I'll try and reach out to Bennett Green, I guess, will be my next move. It's always think global, act local. So I try and reach my local FBI agency so they can help organize my thoughts. And then when the local problem is understood, I'm a local here in Jacksonville. I call it Calford on my ID for the longest time. Someone set fire to my house on Martin Luther King Day, and then they bulldozed my house. But then they also took the 3-car garage that was separate. They took the foundation, the driveway, the mailbox out the street, the 4 16-foot wide cattle gates that had privacy fence on each of them, and privacy vines on one of them, but that was away from the street. 3 at the street that had privacy covers on each of them. Windscreen like a tennis court, vinyl fencing, 3 panels, 6 foot each, and then another windscreen on the other one. And I'm just dealing with like a big crunch because the goal is to get rid of all the athletes and the pretty people and the smart people in the United States. A few Mensa are only allowed to exist because the goal is to get rid of all the smart people. So they try and lean it towards being obese, greater than 33 BMI, to make those Mensa. So they'll have a loyal cadre of elites to help manage the United States, which is the fattest country on this earth. There isn't another nation as obese. I'm not trying to say fat. I'm trying to say obese as the United States. Also, height isn't a white person thing. It's an African thing. And intelligence is royal arch from Ethiopia. That's not quite right. Ethiopia's over here. It's Liberia. From Liberia all the way to Taiwan is the royal arch of genetics. It's a straight line across the globe described in the Bible. And those are the smartest, intelligent people on earth. So it's just like Mensa's got to like do like an X-ray of their, or not an X-ray, an MRI, femto imaging of their brain to see the shapes of brains. And they'll recognize who they are just from the shapes, even without the genetic tests. The physical shape of the brain actually differs a little bit, the wrinkles specifically. And you'll see different active areas in people and different active strengths from experience and learning and study, but the actual physical shape should be genetically based. It explains the different personality models in the Myers-Briggs model. I'm an ENTJ. I don't know how long this has been ringing. Back to the call. It's been ringing for 11 minutes, 43 seconds, 11:49, 11:50. I'm going to let it ring for 15 minutes, and then I'll go to the national call line. Or maybe I'll do a little bit sooner. It's 2 minutes. At 14 minutes, I'll go to the national call line. Again, I like the number 12 more than anything. I would rather 12 minutes. I was fine with 12 minutes between classes, but for some reason, Finland wanted 15 minutes between classes. It's like, well, it's fun to talk between classes. It is. I don't object to it. I'm just kind of like, thought I was here to learn. It's like, that's a lot of time to like, anyways. I guess that's an important thing, though. We do need to spend more time talking to each other and learning how to be square with each other. It's kind of an interesting thing to stand at a 90 degrees with someone and talk to them about topics, because I'm not pushing on you. You're not pushing on me. Our thoughts are going, and we're trying to see where they connect with each other and produce spin or produce energy without speaking straight at each other. So with free and accepted Masons or some elders or strong opinion people, I try and turn myself 90 degrees to them and talk like that. And, you know, it's like, anyways, it's a curious thing that I actually like. It's an eccentric thing that teaches me more about where we connect. But I wonder, like, is there as much emotional memory if you're not facing a person straight on? I've met some people, and it's really the face-on, face-to-face kind of thing that allows me to remember. It's just this information goes with this face. So it's kind of strange. The Freemason is the one who taught it to me. A member of the Prince Hall and the others here in Jacksonville lives off of Bonneville. I met his daughter. She made pancakes at a hotel and was a member of the Civil Air Patrol, which I was too. I was Air Force ROTC at the University of Florida. And it's 14:18. So at 15 minutes, I will hang up, just call the national line. It's frustrating. Google Pixel 3, I need to be able to show the phone number I am calling on the damn call so that you can know that I didn't just write in a crazy phone number or a crazy name. I don't know why I said phone number. I don't even know how to use this thing. Okay, so there's the phone number. It's 904-248-7000. Really should be on that screen without me risking hanging up or anything. Ought to be able to just like long press or do something here to reveal the phone number. This is something you could do to improve it. I know you're trying to do privacy, so if people peek at phones, or if you put your phone down to do speakerphone, people can't see the phone number, they just see the name. But I really do need some sort of feature where if I press somewhere here, it will allow me to see the phone number or to show the phone number just to confirm who I'm talking to and where the number is. Hopefully that's not a security risk to someone. You're on a call, you're live. Like, I don't want anyone to see the phone number of who I'm talking to. But if I do, it'd be nice if I could push somewhere to see, like, this is the phone number. Because people are also able to put multiple phone numbers for one contact. So, like, it could be confusing if someone goes to look at the contact and there's, like, multiple phone numbers. How do you document that? Really need just, like, a long press on the logo, the photo, or on the name, and then reveal the phone number. Anyways, that's 16 minutes. I'm going to hang up and I'll start a new video. Hanging up now, okay. There, 16 minutes, I hung up. Really should at 15 minutes have like an automated tree and allow us to map out what each step should be. There really ought to be like a preface, like a command called grammar command, order of operation, or something like that you can say to the phone, and it will store it for its logic tree. Like, this is what I think should happen at this point. And like grammar command, logic command. And like if you're an ENTJ, maybe there'd be like a different tree for your personality model, so that you could navigate it better, because different personalities communicate differently. And I'm fine with the one tree approach. I just know that everything needs to be improved and, in my opinion, a little bit more precise. There are a lot of people that are like, I'm like, anyways. I used to work at a call center for Verizon Business Technical Support, level 3 escalation. So it's just can get through calls pretty quick, identifying problems, and call metrics are real good. Anyways, all right. So ending the video and going to start a new video to call the national line. I actually still see something, say something. It still matches. Well, I want you to see the Google user interface thing. So I'll stop here so you can see the improvement for the Google user interface, Android user interface. And hopefully that video will help with the Android user interface and call things. And I'll just have to copy the text and start another video. All right, peace out. Oh, no.